Guys, it's Lost in Plot, and we are here today with Jordan Peele's latest offering, Nope.
Jordan Peele's back with a sci-fi horror film, and our protagonists are the Haywood siblings. They run a horse ranch in the Aguadilla Valley, somewhere around there in California by Hollywood. So they are leasing out horses for Hollywood production. They are training them when then suddenly, after their father dies, they spot a UFO up in the sky. And they become obsessed with one goal: getting that money shot, that 1 in a million shot proving the existence of UFOs, and that is our setup for Nope.
And to me, the setup was problematic. Now, when they first started marketing this film, I was very much interested in it. I'm like, oh man, it looks great. I want to see it. I know Jordan Peele is a very creative mind, is a unique eye. He has his excesses and he has his problems, but he can usually render something that's very visually striking. And I thought that the movie set up as like, okay, well, we've got our protagonist and it's against the aliens. Then the marketing pivoted, and it became less of this kind of creepy type horror sci-fi that I thought you were getting. And instead they changed it into this kind of, it was big, boisterous music, lots of colors, and, over-the-top characters and some comedy. And now all of a sudden it's not about, we need to survive the aliens who are outside. Instead it's become, well, no, our goal is to just get a picture of the aliens.
Right.
And to me, you kind of lost it. Like, there's no urgency to that. That's not the film I'd rather see. I want to see the film where the aliens want to kill the people and they have to fight them off or find some way to survive.
Yeah,
that's not
and
what you get.
It's interesting, and you haven't seen it, but I did go see it, and there are some surprises in here. They're dealing with things that they don't realize at first, and they're wrong about at first. So it takes some twists and turns. And Jordan Peele is a good filmmaker. He's a good filmmaker. He does a good job at building tension and suspense and terror. He's pretty good at that stuff. And this script is, it's okay. There are some scenes that I really liked, some writing that I really liked, and the performances are good from the entire cast. But something is just a little bit missing for me. This is a film with a big theme about spectacle, right? It's about the spectacle of being able to capture something with a camera, capture one in a million thing and have possession over that and be able to charge people for it. There's some other interesting themes about animals and how they're treated or potentially mistreated in certain situations and how your behavior dictates that. So there are these interesting themes that are a little bit disparate. They seem that way, and it's hard to tie them together. And at the core, I read an interview, Jordan Peele said, well, maybe I just want to make a film where people can see some wild stuff and just relax and enjoy the ride. And this is, I think, meant to be more of a ride, more of a thrill. But for something that is all about the spectacle, the sensation of that giant spectacle, for me, I didn't think there was a whole lot to see here.
That's interesting, but it's still like, which film are we getting? What type of tonally, where are we at with this movie? Should we be scared? Should we be excited? Is it an adventure? Is it a comedy? Is it sci-fi horror?
You should be scared, and it is more of a thriller, but it's more of like a big summer blockbuster thriller. At least that's what it's trying to be. Now, the interesting part is the most terrifying sequences in this film, for me, don't even involve the UFO. They are a flashback. They have a flashback storyline in this to a sitcom that they were filming in the 90s with a chimpanzee. And while they were filming it, the chimpanzee just loses it and started murdering and attacking everybody on set. And there's this sequence where there's a child hiding under the table from this ravaging chimp that's all bloodied up that is horrifying. And it loosely ties into what we're seeing with the present story arc, but nothing that they did with the UFO touched those moments for me. So it was kind of odd in that way. The UFO stuff was good at times. It was very technically sound. The sound of everything was great. I know he shot certain sequences in IMAX, but for me it's just something was lacking to where we got to the end of this film and I just thought, well, it was kind of a so what moment for me.
It's never good to feel like so what at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I kind of thought about the characters and everything I had seen to that point, the action that had happened, and it was a little bit of a hollow resolve. So interesting thoughts, interesting ideas happening here. I'm sure there are a million theories that people can draw and no one's really right or wrong about those. You can have your own theory, you can draw those things together, and if you like a film like that, there are some good subplots there, but it may just be that, hey, this is a summer blockbuster thriller that the dude wanted to make, and now he's made it, and you go there and you sit there, and if you take it as that blockbuster thriller, is it going to deliver for you? And for me, it almost did, but in the end, it just couldn't quite get there. So it's dead for me at a 5 out of 10. So just missed it was Nope.
Kind of middling. Now, his last effort, Us, how does this film compare to that in terms specifically of a criticism of Us, that it's a failure to really deliver on what could otherwise be considered a solid premise? Or there's good moments here and there, and then it just gets
Third acts, I think, for Jordan Peele are very polarizing. When you think of Get Out, when you think of Us, and even with this film, the third acts are kind of polarizing, right? And I look at Us, I was really enjoying Us for probably the first half of the film. Everything was really engaging to me. But then by the end of it, when they revealed the tethered and all this other stuff, I was like,
It's gone off the rails.
Yeah, it went off the rails for me. I wasn't as interested. I didn't really care. And I got the same kind of feeling here with Nope. When we got to the third act and it's all resolved, it was just kind of like, well, you know, some interesting, cool stuff here and there. But in the end, it's not the UFO or sci-fi extraterrestrial film that I'm going to reach for to watch again and again and again when I think of this genre of film.
There you go. That's a word on Nope. Guys, if you've seen it, leave your thoughts down below. Like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitter. We'll see you all on the next one.